my channel. So today I did this really pretty, super dramatic matte smoky eye, and I created it using the Violet Voss and Laura Lee palette. I have been following Laura Lee since she's had about like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and I have always been a huge fan of hers, and I am so super proud of how far she's come on YouTube, and I'm so proud of all the success she's had, and I wish her nothing but the best. With that being said, I am going to show you this look that I created. This palette is so, I didn't even show you what the palette looks like, really. This is what the palette looks like. I am obsessing over so many of these shades. I initially wanted to do a look featuring this color down here, which is called Smashly. It's like a really gorgeous, like forest, like glittery green color, but I ended up just doing this. I'm definitely going to be making a lot more looks and a lot more tutorials with this palette because there's so many different looks that you can create using this. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this really dramatic matte classic smoky eye look with the Violet Voss and Laura Lee palette, then just keep watching. So like with every look that I do, I'm starting off by using my soft ochre paint pot as a base, just to make sure that the shadows blend a little bit more easily. And then I'm just going to set that, and you can use literally like any matte bone shade. So the first transition shade that I'm going in with is Press Pot, which is this very light, pretty matte orange shade. And it's actually the lightest of the ones that I use, so I wanted to start with that just to set a very soft wash of color, just to transition before I go in with some of the darker shades. So I'm pretty much just lightly blending that into my upper crease. And then I'm using Basic, which is a matte cream color, and I'm using that under my brow bone. I normally do this step like right after I apply my first crease shade because it helps me set the rest of the look, and it also helps to correct if you blend your transition shade a little too high up. Now the next transition shade that I'm going in with is called Mama Bird, which is still a matte color, but it is more of a burnt orange. The transition shades that I'm using just get darker and darker as I get lower on my lid. And I really love using colors like this, especially for darker smoky eyes. I think they look so pretty with darker eyeshadows. So yeah, I'm just applying that, and then I'm taking my MAC 224 brush. It's just a larger fluffy brush, and I'm just blending all that out. Then the next shade I'm going in with is called Ragamuffin, which is just a little more of a deeper orange than Mama Bird. And I'm just blending that into my crease, but just a little bit more precisely. And next we are going in with Alabama, which is a deep red toned brown. And as we get closer to the lid, you'll notice that the colors do get darker, and this is just going to help when we need to blend the black on our lid later on. So I'm just more so blending this in the outer corner and the very lower part of my crease. Now to set the base for the black eyeshadow that we're going to be using, I used the Inglot Black Gel Liner, and I've seen this as probably the best base to use when applying black shadow. And this was my first time trying it, so I was a little nervous that it was going to get a little messy, but it actually came out really nice. So I'm just packing that very gently onto my lid. And once that black base is set, I'm going in with Lou, which is the matte black shadow of the palette, and I'm just lightly packing that all over my lid. So I'm going back in with Alabama since it was the darkest of the transition shades, and I'm just blending right above the black, and this is the part that I was the most nervous about because it's so easy to go from a beautiful smoky eye to a muddy mess. So you really have to take your time with this step and just make sure that you don't blend the black up too much into the crease. Then with this more precise blending brush, I'm taking the shade Bubs, which is a very, very dark brown. It literally almost looks black, but it's not. And I'm just using this to try and transition between the black and the crease shades just to make it a little bit more of a smoother transition. And then I'm just very, very, very lightly blending that out. And again, you want to make sure that this is done very carefully because you don't want to blend the black too high up into the crease. And then I'm just going over that with a little bit more of Alabama. And then I'm going in with one of the transition shades that we used in the beginning. I don't remember if this was Mama Bird or Ragamuffin, but just lightly blending that in a little bit more. And then I'm just taking a makeup wipe and wiping off any of the fallout that may have occurred because we were working with such dark shades. And I'm just lining my waterline with my favorite Milani eyeliner. And then I'm going back in with Ragamuffin and just lightly blending that into my lower lash line just so that it ties the whole look together. And then I guess I started to do my face makeup. I feel like I'm like literally all over the place in this video. I don't really do anything in any sort of order, so yeah, I'm just using my new Morphe concealer that I actually really like, and I also mixed a little bit of my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer. And then to set all that concealer, I'm going in with my usual, the shade, I think this is called Lyric, I'm not sure, but it's like the yellow banana shade in the Kat Von D contour kit. And then I'm going in with these lashes by Flutter Lashes, and they're in the style Slayla. And I really, really love these lashes. They're very dramatic and they're a little too long, but regardless, they're really pretty and they look really great with a really dark smoky eye. And I told you guys I'm like literally all over the place in this video, but I'm using a pencil brush and going back into the lower lash line with either Mama Bird or Ragamuffin and just blending all that out. Now with this flat definer brush, which I love to use for the lower lash line, I'm going in with Bubs, I think. Either Bubs or Lou, I'm not sure. They both pretty much look the same. And I'm just giving a little bit more of a dramatic look by making the lower lash line a little bit darker. And I do all the lower lash line work after I do my concealer, just in case there's any more fallout. Now for my lips, I am going in with my absolute favorite lip liner that I use every single day, and that is the LA Girl Endless Auto Lip Liner in Natural. And I may or may not have one of these in my upcoming giveaway. So help me get to 10,000 subscribers and maybe one of you guys will be the lucky winner of one of those. For the lip color, I'm using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Mannequin, which is one of his newest nude colors, and I love this. I just got it, I think, like a week or two ago, and I've been using it almost every single day. I love it. It's like the perfect shade of nude. It's not too light, and it's not too dark. I did go over it a little bit with one of his other liquid lipsticks, and that is in the shade I'm Nude, which is a little bit too nude on its own, so I like to use that just to lighten up certain lipsticks. And then I'm going in to set the rest of my face with my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder, which is what I've been using forever, and it's great if you have oily skin. And then to contour my face, going back with the Kat Von D Contour Kit, as always. And I'm just contouring my cheeks and a little bit of my forehead. And then for the sake of the video, I decided to contour my nose, which I seem to be doing a lot lately in a lot of my tutorials. I honestly don't really do that every day when I do my makeup, just sometimes, but I just like to be a little extra in my videos, so I decided to do that. And for blush, I'm going in with this Benefit palette, and I forget what it's called, but I know it came out around the holidays last year, but the shade that I'm using for my blush is called Coralista. Now for my highlight, I'm doing things a little differently than what I normally do. I normally use a powder highlighter, but today I am using this beautiful cream highlight palette by Pure. It's called the Moonlight Glow Strobe and Highlight Palette, and it's so pretty. It comes with 3 shades, as you can see, a light champagne, a pearly pink, and like a golden bronze shade. So first I'm going in with the golden bronzy shade and lightly dabbing that on my cheekbones. I find that applying this with your finger makes it go on so much better. And then I am patting the lighter champagne shade right over, and look at that highlight. And I'm just lightly putting that down the bridge of my nose and a little bit at the tip as well. And yeah, that completes this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more tutorials using this palette. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video.